Hi, Sam here from Atomic Marketing, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you how you can design a high converting landing page if you have a moving company, or perhaps you manage moving company campaigns, whether that be Facebook ads, Google ads. This video is going to show you how you can increase your conversion rates. So let's get started. First things first, you know me, I always like to show the actual stats from campaigns that we run for our clients. We're not showing you theory here. All this is based off our own numbers. So I'm just going to show you two different screenshots from the pages we were using. So you can see here on the left here, we've got a 13.69% conversion rate. This was sending traffic to a client's homepage, but also a combination of homepage and other more specific service pages. We then implemented a landing page back in the 1st of August, and we then achieved conversion rates upwards of 29%, just shy of 30%. In some instances within the campaign, it's as high as 40%, but I'm going to go into those details later. So quick bit of proof of this. This is the date range, which you can see from the 1st of May through to the 28th of July. This was using the main website in combination with other service pages. You can see we were just scraping with a 13.69% conversion rate. Fast forward to present day now, you can see from the 31st of July through to 30th of October, we're now achieving consistent conversion rates of just shy of 30%. And with this data here, you can see we've spent a fair amount of money. You may be spending more, less, but just to give you a general idea of what can be achieved while using landing pages. Here's a screenshot of conversion rate over time. So you can see both of those screenshots from before combined, all the way from the 1st of May through to the 30th of October, where we're now getting conversion rates anywhere from 37% and higher. It does depend on certain days of the week, certain what keywords we're targeting, but this should give you a decent idea of what can be achieved. And here's a bit of context to the traffic that we're using. So you can see everything from the keywords that we're running here: house removals, removal services, location, moving companies, man with van near me, moving company location. We've got a combination of exact match keywords. We've also got some phrase match keywords in here as well. And you can see that the CPCs aren't cheap. So it's really, really important if you're running a campaign for a removals business that you have high converting landing pages with really good conversion rates. So you can see here we're getting conversion rates anywhere from 18%, 29%, 44%. It really depends on the keyword. A lot of keywords have different intent, so you can't always assume a landing page conversion rate is, solely dictated by one single metric, because it does depend on the traffic source, what keywords you're targeting as well. But overall, we're very happy with it. The client's extremely happy as well. And it's performing very well and it's very profitable for the client. So without further ado, let me actually show you the page itself that we are running. So if I go to this landing page here, I've rebranded it just to keep the client anonymous, but you can see here it's a very simple page. And I'm always a big fan of simplicity, especially when it comes to more simplified services. And you've got to put yourself in the shoes of the customer. What do they want when they're looking for removal services? Ideally, something like an idea of price and can I trust you? So what you can see here is a very simple headline: professional and affordable removal service in location name. And now if you're using a landing page software like Unbounce, I'll put a link in the description below if you're interested in checking it out. You can use something called dynamic text. So we can actually change the location in the headline to something else. Perhaps we want to put Manchester, and it can change very simply to Manchester in the headline. So if you've got different location-based ad groups, if you're using Google Ads, then you can actually change the headline without having to have a million different pages. But jump back to the landing page here now. What you can see here is we're using social proof here in the main navigation. We've got what I call a USP bar, and why I like using these is they are more conventional to full websites, and they just make the page look a little bit more trustworthy. Of course, we've got a nice headline, a clear image in the background with like chairs, boxes being moved. You could play around with this background image, but then what you got here is something a bit different to what we had previously, which was a very long form kind of contact form that we had here. So if I jump back into this presentation, you can see on this particular slide here, this was an example of one of their, or the quote form on the main website for this client. And you can see here, it's got all of these different fields that need to be completed. It's quite long, it's quite intimidating. You can see other websites follow similar sort of stuff, or this one's actually more of a simplified version. But the thing with these types of forms is that people don't feel like they're going to get a quote if you're just writing name, email, phone, inquiry, because people are like, what do I need to tell you? And it creates more effort for people filling out this box. This isn't actually too bad when you've got all the information on one form, but what you find is the more form fields you add in one go, the conversion rate tends to drop off. So what we need to do is break it up into different multi-steps of questions to improve the user experience. So this is just an example of those poor user experience kind of forms that I just showed you. Now, if I jump back here, I'm going to show you how this page works. So you can see here, I need a quote for, and cleverly this asks you all the different types of services that they provide. So if they're interested in office removals, they can select that, long distance move, home removals, but let's keep it quite simple for the moment. Let's say home removals. Where are you moving from? So you can then see, okay, it asks the most crucial question to begin with. So we can put in some test information here, put some test info, property type, floor number, is there a lift? Yes, continue. Then we've got the question, where are you moving to? So if we then put this information in here, and then continue, what is your moving date? So we can select the date of the move very simply here using a calendar feature. Do you require packing? Yes, no. Click continue. Any additional inventory? So this is really just to give more information to our client if they wanted any specifics like sofas, boxes, without using a full built system where you can select like an itemized list. That is an additional software which you can use, but for most cases you don't really need it. So for info here. And then we've got this option here where you can see we're calculating your removal quote. And then what we do is we ask in steps their contact information. So you can see here, Sam, best email address to send your quote. And so look at the details, or rather look at how we phrase that. So it's, what is the best email to send your quote? We want to give people the feeling that they're going to receive something here. So if I just complete that, and then finally we've got the mobile number as well. And then that will take them to a confirmation type screen as well. And this converts really, really well, largely down to the fact that it's a very smooth user experience when you compare it with these long forms with loads of different fields that you have to fill in. So that's really the premise of how you can achieve great conversion rates on a landing page specific to removals, is just creating a very good user experience. Now, as you come down, you can see we've got this bar here, get an affordable removals quote in 30 seconds. We've got a picture of a van, so the owner here, so that gives you like a bit of a visual context to what the page is about. And then largely what you want to do with removals campaigns is lean heavily into social proof, showcasing your testimonials from multiple sources if you have them. So you can see on this page here, we've got some Google reviews, we've got some Trustpilot reviews as well. And then you come down here and we list all the different sources of reviews that they have and how many reviews they have on each one. And this is more of a thing just to give people peace of mind that this is a company that people use. They're trustworthy. If other people have used them, then I should be fine using them as well. And then you can see here, as you come down, more of a list of the different services they offer, but not really giving away too much information on it. Just giving them an idea that, hey, we also provide these services. So if someone is looking for like an office move, we can target that in our campaign and it'll be very relevant to the page, because we've got the information here. And then up at the top here, if we refresh the page, you can see they can select that office removals here. So you don't need landing pages specific to each individual certain service that you have if your form can kind of cater for it. So that really is the whole page. We've got like a few more USPs down here at the bottom. And it's just a very nice professional looking page, which works very, very well. Now, I can also show you what it looks like on mobile. So you can see here we've got this sticky navigation, which works very well. So as people scroll down the page, they can click on that and call them if they wanted to. And you can see here we've got the headline in this hero section. And again, this works in the same kind of way, goes through that multi-step form where they can enter the moving from location to, and then the additional details as well. And the key thing here is just a good level of production value. It looks professional. It's not an overly long, drawn out page with lots of information. We've got call to actions throughout the page that you can see here, especially on mobile as well. You can call them directly from the page. And as you scroll down, that's pretty much it. All of that information takes them back to the top. That's it. That is literally it. And then if you want to go another level deeper with your landing pages and understanding where people drop off and how to optimize them, because really landing pages are a continuous process of improving them, trying to find out new ways in which you can improve the conversion rate, whether it's through imagery, headlines, user experience, through your forms. One of the things that we're experimenting a lot with at the moment is multi-step form drop-off rate. So actually understanding what part of the forms people are dropping off on. So you can see here, this is a breakdown of all the different steps that we have on our web form. And you can see the main drop-off point. So you can see here, actually, 43% of our visitors are actually dropping off on the phone field, which is not surprising. It's quite normal to have a high percentage there. But what we might want to test is perhaps rephrasing the question in a certain way, maybe asking people how do they want to receive their quote, email or SMS, and then providing the correct option of whichever one they have selected so that we can guarantee that we're going to send it to the correct place. Because what you'll find with a lot of people sometimes is they'll put a real email address and then a fake phone number. So there's loads of ways in which you can kind of optimize and improve your lead forms. But it kind of depends on lead quality and how you get on with everything. But this is really just to give you an added level of detail to what you can use to optimize your campaigns and user experience on the landing page themselves. So main takeaways to consider from this video are focusing on what users want, which is getting an estimate and price. That is really the key thing, is can I trust you and how much is it going to cost? That works very well for anything to do with removals. User experience will make or break your conversion rate. So as you can see from the stats that we had initially, we achieved half the conversion rate when we were using regular website pages, which sent traffic to, well, they had a lot of information. The contact form looked something like this, and it just didn't convert at the same rate because the user experience wasn't as good. Leverage social proof is another one. Use testimonials and review counts. People, especially when moving, want to ensure that they're using a reputable company who's going to take care of their belongings. So social proof is really like the key to enforcing that on the page and getting them to trust you and want to get in touch with you, because a lot of people are just consider about price and they're very price sensitive, but there's a lot of people as well who just want to make sure they're using the right company. And remember, less is more. So keep your page simple, use short form info, and you will have better success rather than putting loads of information about your company, all this sort of stuff. Get straight to the point, show that you're trustworthy, and you'll have a lot of success. So hope you found that interesting. And if you're interested in working with us, we can do that in a number of different ways. So we can actually do your landing page design if you would like. We can run your Google Ads campaign, and we can also consult for you. So depending on how you would like to work with us, if that's the case, there are different options available. And all you need to do is go to atomicmarketing.com and you can get in touch via the form on our website or drop me a message via LinkedIn or however you'd like to do it. And we can kind of continue that conversation there. Then lastly, if you're looking to build your own landing page, perhaps you already have a subscription to Unbounce, or if you're looking to sign up to Unbounce, which is an exceptional landing page builder. We've had a lot of success with it. We use it pretty much for every single client that we have. I'm going to put a link in the description below. It will give you a discount for your first 3 months. So yeah, definitely recommend this as a platform. You'll have a lot of success, and they have a lot of great new features with AI as well, which I highly recommend. Then lastly, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you found this video valuable. Drop a comment below if you have any specific questions on the topic of landing pages for removal companies, or if you have some very good performing landing pages, I'd love to see them. So please drop a link to those down below if you're comfortable with that. All right, take care and see you in the next video.